most important part of yoga, about Ashtanga Yoga. As you all know, that Ashtanga Yoga has been founded so many centuries ago. So still the real founder is not known, but it is believed the founder of the yoga is Lord Shiva. And the father of the yoga is called Patanjali. Patanjali was a sage who existed 4,000 years ago approximately, and he wrote a treatise on yoga, what is called Patanjali Yoga Sutra. This is a very important book, and it is considered as a base book for the yoga. Whatever kind of the philosophies we studied in yoga, they come from Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Nowadays, you practice so many styles of yoga, and you are going to get the students in the future who will say that I practice Hatha Yoga, I practice Ashtanga Yoga, I practice Iyengar Yoga, I practice Kundalini Yoga. So many type of yogas exist, and you have to understand that all yogas are same. It is just the name doesn't differ on base of the yoga, because everything is built on the foundation of the book Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So classically, there are 4 yogas in this Hinduism, which are normally mentioned in the book of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a book which is a conversation between the Lord Krishna and Arjuna. It is the part of the epic called the Mahabharata. Mahabharata was a war which was fought for 18 days at the battle of the Kurukshetra. And during this war, there was a family who was fighting against each other. So the cousins are fighting against each other. And there was a warrior whose name was Arjuna. When he went to the battlefield, he found the most of the people whom he is going to fight are his teachers, are his uncles, his family members, cousins, and he gave up his weapons. Lord Krishna was his charioteer, who used to ride the kind of a chariot at the time, who used to ride his horse and the cart. And the Lord Krishna gave him a lecture which is delivered into 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is considered a modern treatise on total yoga. The book of the Bhagavad Gita has mentioned there are 4 kind of yogas. First one, it is the yoga of the jnana. So it's normally called jnana yoga, yoga of knowledge. In this kind of the styles of yoga, you normally surrender yourself to the master, the study of the Vedas, Vedantas, the ancient scriptures of any religion, and you try to understand the nature of the universe and the soul. Second form of the yoga is called Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti means the yoga of devotion. Devotion to the God, devotion to the goal, devotion to the family. Whatever you are totally devoted, totally surrender, that is called Bhakti Yoga. It is based on a concept that with a normal human intelligence, it is not easy to be salvated. It is not easy to be enlightened. So the Bhakti means that you surrender yourself to the God and He becomes the medium for your salvation. So normally all kind of the religions, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, or whatever kind you follow or you doesn't follow, they come under the sect of the Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti means devotion. The third form of the yoga, it is called Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is called yoga of action. Normally you have heard about the word karma. Karma in Sanskrit means what are the results of your action. Like you have done something and what you get as an output. That is called Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is a very potent form of the yoga because it is practiced daily life. Each and every second we are doing some kind of an activity. The base fundamental of Karma Yoga is that whatever you do it with total consciousness. So what you are doing, you are totally involved with this process of action and what is the outcome of action. So normally Karma Yoga is the soul of yoga because it teaches you that you should not be afraid what will be the outcome. What the people think of you when you will do your first class. And if you are thinking on your first class that what the student are judging me, then you are against the Karma Yoga concept. So the meaning of the karma means you do your best effort and you leave the result on the fruits of your action. So Karma Yoga means you does not involve into an action with a thought what comes out of it. And the last is called there's Raja Yoga. Raja means there's a royal path, and the Raja Yoga has a synonym word that is called Ashtanga Yoga, and from here the Patanjali come back into the scene. Ashtanga Yoga is the eightfold philosophy of the yoga and the most famous form of all the four. Ashtanga Yoga is later has much more segmented parts. The most famous of them is called the school of Hatha Yoga, which has been popularized in 15th century by the sage, by a master called Swami Swatmarama. So Ashtanga Yoga is divided into 8 parts, as you all have studied. Yamas, the kind of the moral conducts. Being as a yogi or being as a yoga teacher, you need to follow certain kind of the moral guidelines. Niyamas, the daily rules, kind of the daily rituals. Being to stay positive, being to stay healthy, being to stay focused to the goal, there are certain number of rules what have to be followed each and every day without any break, irrespective of time, weather, circumstances, or any situation. Third one is called asana. Asana means a physical practice where you move the physical body. This is the most famous part of the yoga, and most of the people by confusion considered asanas as yoga. Asana is just only one of the limb of the yoga. Fourth is the pranayama. Pranayama are the breathing techniques where you try to regulate the breath in such a way that it can calm down the mind, because without the stage number 4, the breathing process, you cannot exceed to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, because these are more internal practices. The stage number 5, the limb 5, is called pratyahara. It's a withdrawal of senses. After mastering the body, when the body can sit on any position without experiencing the physical discomfort or the need of change of the body position, you can slowly regulate the breath. Once the breath has been regulated in a very well ratio, the senses can be withdrawn and slowly your mind will detach itself to the external surrounding. These are the 5 external limb of yoga. These are practiced externally where the mind is involved. The limb number 6, the stage number 6 is called concentration, the dharana. Dharana means the streamlined focus to a thought, or a streamlined focus to a goal, or a streamlined focus to the activity you are doing. Dharana means the senses should not distract you by doing a certain activity or by deeply engrossing on a one-pointed thought state. Once you have achieved the stage 6, slowly, without any effort, it will convert into the stage number 7, that is called dhyana. Dhyana is a very difficult word to translate in English, but a very closely translation is called meditation, where the mind has ceased. The object, the effort of concentration has been ceased, and you and the object exist without any effort. You and your thoughts are going to assimilate into one. And when this will happen, you reach to the stage number 8, what is called kaivalya or samadhi, the deep enlightenment or the deep absorption with the state, with the practice, with the goal, or whatever you want to do. You have to understand yoga is not a philosophy as the most of the people think, close to the religion. Yoga is not a philosophy. Yoga is a practical philosophy where it is not should be thought like a religion, which is like a sect. You can be a carpenter, you can be a doctor, you can be an engineer, you can be a teacher. In all stages, you can achieve the state of yoga. It is somehow that you say that only certain people can fall in love, but a carpenter can fall in love, a doctor can fall in love, an engineer can fall in love, a housewife can fall in love. So the love is a state, so same way yoga is a state. It does not matter what are the physical circumstances, what is the physical body, what kind of color, race, age you are. So it is beyond it. So yoga is a state similar to love. Like you cannot practice love, you cannot practice yoga. So this is the wrong way that I practice yoga. You can practice asanas, the postures. You can practice the breathing techniques. But you cannot practice meditation. You are in the state of the meditation. You are in the state of deep absorption. So therefore, Ashtanga Yoga and this the Raja Yoga are the similar things. Why it called Raja? Because it makes you like a king. Once you gain the mastery on your thought, nothing can distract you. Nothing can have a negative effect on you. You are much more free from the fear, afflictions, and those things which causes sorrow. Therefore, the four classical yoga, the Raja Yoga is the most practical method where the body, breath, and the mind is used as a tool.